Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And folks, you know it's bad when your own son is criticizing you. Dominic Carter here with you, folks. The number to reach us this hour, 800-848-9222. We see your calls coming in. Hunter Biden is ripping his father's presidency over topics that you and I both know were a tremendous failure for President Biden, over immigration and Afghanistan. Remember those 13 soldiers that were killed at the airport? Well, former first son, Hunter Biden is sounding off, and you'll hear it in just a moment. We're also going to deal with the very latest at Brown University. But the gravy train is coming to an end. It's coming to an end. In a jaw-dropping moment, the Agriculture Secretary, Brooke Rollins, is demanding a complete overhaul of the food stamps program, the SNAP program.
The problem is you have an extremely corrupt program, but up until this administration and with President Trump's direct focus on this and making sure every taxpayer dollar is spent appropriately, we've never really had the opportunity to dig in. So we're going to be talking a lot more about SNAP reform. We've got a lot of people listening now, which is very, very helpful, and to come back to its original intent of helping those who are truly needy in our communities, but not to have a massive welfare benefit where so many people are taking advantage of it that shouldn't be.
The gravy train is over. And a programming note, we have plenty of time today. I am also filling in for Bo Snerdley, so I will be here for 2 hours instead of the traditional one. We have 2 hours to chat with each other today. 800-848-9222. I'm coming to Hunter Biden in a moment. But let me go to Brown University. Brown University, Providence, Rhode Island. Madam President, it's not enough. So the head of security, the police force at Brown University, is out, at least temporarily, on a paid leave effective immediately. Why? And he should be gone permanently as of right now, because apparently a janitor, custodial worker at Brown University, at that building, had told officials not once but repeatedly that he had seen a strange, suspicious-looking person lurking around the building, looking into the windows. Turns out this was the shooter. And if they had listened to this janitor, 2 people would be alive right now, 2 young students, including the vice president of the college's Republican club. She would be alive from Alabama. She would be alive right now, and that young man. So this is DEI at its worst. The police chief at Brown University happens to be African American. The president, a woman. This lady is clueless. Not because of her gender. She missed the first news conference. They had to get her to the location, and she clearly does not know what she is doing. I know, Madam President, you don't want to give up that $3 million package, what it's reported you earn with benefits and perks and so on, but you're not getting the job done. Responsibility number 1, you have to keep those kids safe. And you, Madam President, have failed terribly. It is time to go for you as well. 800-848-9222. We're coming back to that. But Joe Biden's son, President Biden's son, and we see all the calls, folks. We're going to get to him momentarily. But I want you to listen to this. Hunter Biden, one, as it relates to immigration, declaring that his father got it wrong.
A vibrant immigration, but we don't want immigrants that are coming here illegally draining us of resources, and also and being prioritized above people that are actual literal heroes that are coming home, that are still recovering from 20 years of endless war, or anybody else in our society, right? But everybody's talking about.
And so the bottom line, former first son, I'm not dealing with your troubles right now, Hunter Biden, right? I understand addiction well, but former first son, perhaps you should have said these things to your father while he was president. Now, maybe he did privately. Hunter Biden also talking about the failure of the way America left Afghanistan.
I think one of the failures was the way in which they executed the withdrawal from Afghanistan. I think it was an obvious failure. I think 13 Marines are dead. I think that there was a better way to do it. And I think that, and I can blame it on his generals. I can blame it on the people, the way in which we did it. But my dad always knew this also, is that the buck stops with him. I think that was a failure. I don't think leaving Afghanistan was the right thing to do. I think that in terms of the 20 years of blood that your brothers gave for an endless war in $8 trillion, is that there is a never-ending lust to continue to sell material and our blood, sweat, and money to a country that has never been anything but a killing ground for empires. So, regardless of whether you believe that or not, the execution of the withdrawal resulted, I think, in, and by the way, you can blame part of it on Trump and that he let all those people out of the prison and Taliban, but you know what? But it stops with the president, and that's what he said. That was a mistake.
No, Hunter, it was a mistake. 13 soldiers dead. And by the way, that's the podcast. That's the actual podcast of a former Navy SEAL. I'll have his name for you in just a second. And so what was interesting is that Hunter Biden sat down for 5.5 hours for that podcast. And you just heard the two clips where he criticizes his own father. So I don't know if there's some bad blood between Dad and Junior, but Hunter Biden stating the obvious that we've talked about for years here. We'll get back to Brown University in just a second, but let's start with some of your telephone calls. Jeff, line 5, New Jersey. What's on your mind, Jeff?
Hey, Dominic. Yeah, you're correct. Hunter is stating the obvious. And the point is why? He has nothing. His family has failed. He has failed, and he's trying to reconstruct a political career. So beware. I don't think we could ever trust a Biden again.
So you think this is all about rejuvenating his career, Hunter Biden? Of
course. He has nothing going for him. He's a recovering drug addict, or maybe non-recovering. His family is finished, and he's trying to pull something together to create a life for himself, but not to be trusted. He has motives, and that's the bottom line.
Now, Jeff, is it just me, or he sounds pretty intelligent?
Well, people that have issues, all kinds of issues, whether it be addiction or, they're very intelligent people in many cases. That's just the way it is with life sometimes. Intelligent or not, these guys got issues, serious issues. Can't be in a position of leadership, can't be in politics. It's a bad thing to follow what he says and even put him on the air for that matter.
Fair enough. You're correct, Jeff. Thank you for the great telephone call. Let's stay in New Jersey. Line 3, Susan. Susan, what's on your mind?
Yes. Hey, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay. So I want to first and foremost wish all of your listeners a very happy holiday season.
Oh, that's very
and
nice
very
of you.
Merry Christmas to those Christians out there. And I want to thank you, Dominic, for all the great things you are doing. And I want to say that, first and foremost, I am not wanting to make this call political in any way, but I do think, especially in this holiday season, there's cause for, forgiveness and reflection. And I was never a fan of Joe Biden's. I never voted for him or anything. also suffered the death of my father last November, and he suffered from dementia. And when I used to see our president, who was Joe Biden at the time, you know, the way he walked, his gait, the way he had that blank stare was exactly like my dad's. And I am sorry for the Biden family. I hold Dr. Jill Biden, I say facetiously, at the main person of responsibility that she let her husband go through this nightmare while he was mentally incapacitated.
Okay, so wait, Susan, let me ask you a question. So let's say for argument's sake, just for argument's sake, you and I are married. And let's just say I'm the president, right? And you know that I'm losing a step, right? You can see it because you're the closest to me. You're telling me that you would shut it down and we would not run for re-election and hope to hide it?
Yes, absolutely. No, I wouldn't hope to hide it. But, you know, my father suffered dementia, but he was not president of the United States.
No, but I'm asking you. It's now you and I, and you're the first lady of the United States of America. You're telling me, I just want to make sure I'm very clear. You're telling me you would give up all that power and you would say, honey, we can't run for re-election.
Yes. 100%. Like, how can you love a man and subject him to such global scrutiny when anyone who had two eyes could see the man was mentally incapacitated?
That is very true. Susan, thank you. Go ahead.
I would have shut it down, and I hold her personally responsible. I love President Trump. You know, I don't like everything he says all the time, but I love what he's doing for our country. This man, our president right now, left a very luxurious, comfortable life to be persecuted over and over again, and his family. And for some reason, nobody seems to think the same way about any other politician, you know. And I actually don't want to get political, but I just think it's a horror and it's a shame. And there is no way on the face of this earth that Jill Biden loved her husband.
So I just want to be clear, Susan, because I got to take a break. So your Secret Service detail, the White House, the staff, the West Wing, you would shut it all down and say, honey, let's go back to private life. You can't do this anymore.
Yes, 100%. I'd say let's go back to Delaware. Let's sit on the beach and enjoy our golden years.
And then what if I resist it? Then what?
Well, I don't think Joe Biden had the capacity to resist. But if then what? Then I would, you know, I don't know. I would try to convince him. And if not, you know, I guess I'd lie with his determination, you know, but I don't believe that happened. I think Joe Biden didn't know what the hell was going on, and his wife wanted the power. I don't think Joe Biden cared about the power. I think truly in his heart, he felt he was doing the right thing. He didn't do a lot of right things, but I think he believed that. And you know, I just think that we all should take some sort of grace and step back and understand that nobody really knows what goes on in the inner workings of a family.
You're correct. You're correct. Okay. Susan, I got to take a break. Thank you so much for the wonderful call and for playing along with my scenario there. It is time for a break. We are coming right back.
Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
The Dominic Carter Show. Entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And we are back and right back to your telephone calls. So line 2, it says Debbie, Staten Island. Is this Debbie Lebedo on line 2?
Yes, it is, Dominic.
Hi,
I have to make
Debbie.
that special call to wish you a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year.
But wait a minute, young lady. I didn't know it was you. Why didn't you say it was you to the phone screener? You wouldn't have been on hold. I miss your food. I miss your husband. I miss everything about you, young lady.
Well, we do too, and we're calling to wish our very special present, you, a Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
About Brown University, I think that the janitor and the homeless person should be running that in the university.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
They know more than the president and the head of the police there.
Absolutely. So, Debbie, what are you doing for Christmas besides cooking? I didn't know it was you on line 2 here. What are you doing? What are you doing for Christmas? You're going to have your family over?
Yes, I am. I've been preparing for a week, Dominic. Today I cleaned all the fish, and we do the 7 fishes because we're Italian. And at the end of the night, I will have a glass of wine. I cannot interfere with the cooking before. Have the wine before the cooking because nothing could get ruined.
Oh,
After
boy.
the cooking, I relax with a glass of wine.
So the 7 fish, explain exactly what that is. Is it 7 different fish?
Yes, it is. So we start with shrimp cocktail. We have Caesar salad. Then we have fried squid. Then we have baked clams.
Oh, boy.
Then we have mussels, clams, shrimp, and lobster in the sauce, which is called Fra Diavolo. Then we have lobster tails. Then we have king crab legs.
Oh, boy.
Scallops wrapped in bacon.
Oh, boy.
And then homemade cookies.
And homemade cookies. So I got another question. Notice I'm focusing on your food, right?
I hear you.
Notice the political topics have gone out the window. I'm focusing on your food. So, when you had me over and you brought out those large trays of food and the dishes that needed to be warm, they were nice and hot. How do you get it hot? Those large plates of food like that, the sausage and peppers.
I plate them hot, Dominic. I plate them hot. So those are restaurant plates. I got them at a yard sale, believe it or not, because I think they are a different quality. Like when they serve in the restaurants, it keeps the food hot for some reason when you plate it. So I could think that's the secret to that.
So wait, you say plated. I have no idea what that means.
Put it on the plate. When I put it on the plate, the food is hot, and that particular platter keeps them hot for some reason. I don't know why. It doesn't cool them off.
Yeah, the ribs were hot. Notice I'm still and how's our pastor doing? He's got a great voice singing.
He's doing fantastic. You received the pictures, right?
Yes, I did. And how's Lou?
Oh my goodness gracious. Lou is Lou. He's fantastic. He's a regular. He's good. He's always asking. He's probably listening right now.
Well, they're fantastic people. And the First Lady and you and your husband, I'm thinking about ideas for my next book, Debbie, seriously. And because I don't do things unless I have something of quality to say or do. And it's going to start with that day that I was at your house on Staten Island.
Oh, Dominic, that's so nice. I hear the music playing.
Yes.
Let me just say one thing.
Okay.
Hunter Biden must be benefiting off the Coke boats being shot down because he sounds pretty good.
We're coming right back. Thank you, Debbie.
This episode is brought to you by Netflix. So Netflix is basically Santa this year. 2 NFL games on Christmas Day, streaming live. At 1 p.m. Eastern, it's Cowboys, Commanders. Then at 4:30, you've got Lions, Vikings. Midwest football, playoff stakes, and probably some snow. Watching holiday football is a tradition the whole family can enjoy. Open some gifts, grab some food, settle in, and watch NFL Live on Netflix this Christmas Day.
The Dominic Carter Show. Entertaining and informative. On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And we are back. So we just heard from Debbie Lebedo, Staten Island. And Debbie, you got those juices flowing in me, the food and so on. So I had breakfast this morning, Elias. I haven't had lunch. When I leave here, right? So I can't wait to see Marty Supreme. What's that noise?
Oh, that's a meat sizzling right there.
Oh, like steak?
Steak? Maybe a pork chop?
Oh, I'll pass on the pork chop. But steak. I like it grilled though. Grilled.
Oh yeah.
Now, why are you starting trouble?
I'm hungry, too. 7 fishes. I'll have 7 fishes and a steak, too.
Did you hear what Debbie said? She didn't say those fishes where you go, those fish where you go, ugh. She said fishes that people can relate, fish that people can relate to.
Oh, all of them.
All of them. And when I say to you this woman can cook, right? I mean, she can cook.
The real deal?
The real deal. Okay? And, you know, she's not like, she doesn't brag about it. She just brings the food out and goes here. And you taste it and it's like, oh my God. You know?
Well, I know what I'm doing after Marty Supreme.
So, you know, I do have, so that's what that noise was. I do have one issue, right? So I'm at the stage, and you don't have to say it, Elias, because I know you think it. I'm at the stage where gray hair pops up every now and then, not often. And then what I do, I run to the barbershop. And I say, I don't care what you do. I don't have much to cut, but you better cut this gray out if you want to get paid.
Just take care of it.
Just take care of the gray, and we're good. Oh, Mr. Carter, do you want a lining all around? Mr. Carter, let's talk politics. Shh. I don't want to talk. Just let me close my eyes. And you cut, and I pay. But cut the gray out. So now I got the gray all in my mustache, and I got it all on the side. So in between, again, folks, I'm with you until 5 p.m. Eastern time today, and for Boast Nerdly. And then I've got an hour window, right, where I can run, get a haircut, right, and then run to Marty Supreme to see Mr. Katsimatidis in the movie. So you think I should try it, chance it with the hour time?
Just no small talk. No small talk.
No small talk.
Straight to the haircut.
Just straight to the haircut.
I think you can do it.
And you know, it's funny. I see one of the callers. I'm going to get to her in just a second. Gracie in Rockland County. It's funny how weather works, folks. So if I called up my boss today, Kevin Droach, or company president Chad Lopez, and said I can't come in because of the snow, they would have said, is Dominic drinking or high? Because it's clear here in New York City, but in Rockland County where I live, it was, or at least this morning, it was winter wonderland. Snow covered everything. The trucks were out, everything. But here in New York, it's like nothing happened. So anyway, before we get back to the telephone calls, the situation as it relates to Brown University. Paid leave is not enough for the head of the police department at Brown University. This report from Fox News, he needs to be shown the door, but not only him, the president of the university as well.
And it looks like they just put one of their heads of building management on, and guys will put up the screen, the vice president for public safety and emergency management has been put on administrative leave effectively. Chad, that seems like a little CYA, a little late in the game for that, does it not?
Well, Laura, we're about a week too late for something like this to take place. Like we said, we have dead students. We have a university that's more concerned about putting you in your safe place so your feelings don't get hurt than we do about the safety and security of college students. This has got to change. I've said it time and time again. We do an excellent job for the most part of training elementary, middle, and high school students and staff on how to respond to these types of events and how to prepare for them. We don't do that at the college level.
And it needs to be done. You know, a topic that I'm going to have a lot more on. Did you folks know that 20% of Mamdani's transition team have said anti-Semitic statements, or they have advocated for the killing of Jews after October 7th occurred, right? 20% of his transition team. And what does Mamdani do? Double talk, double talk, double talk.
So I have always spoken out against anti-Semitism and hatred in any form, and have made it clear that the commitment I have made to protect New Yorkers, to protect Jewish New Yorkers, is one that I will uphold as the next mayor of this city. And we must distinguish between anti-Semitism and criticism of the Israeli government. The ADL's report oftentimes ignores this distinction, and in doing so, it draws attention away from the very real crisis of anti-Semitism we see not only just in our city, but in the country at large. And this is a team we are speaking of more than 400 New Yorkers that we have assembled to advise on the transition. These are committees, 17 of which that range from worker justice to the importance of the arts. And we will continue to build an administration of appointees that reflect not only our commitments, but also the fulfillment of our affordability agenda.
So in other words, Mamdani is telling you he's not going to change a darn thing. Not a darn thing. Scott Jennings on CNN, the Republican consultant. And let's not forget globalize the Intifada, right? Let's not forget that rallying cry, which is absolutely disgusting. This is what Scott Jennings on CNN had to say amid a panel discussion.
You're very interested in Ingrassia, who I'm only vaguely familiar with and have never met.
He said he's on a Nazi streak.
But we're all familiar with Mamdani. So I'll ask you a similar question. Do you agree with the phrase globalize the Intifada?
No.
Okay, so do you condemn Zoran Mamdani for his failure to condemn people who go around chanting this at his rallies and events?
It's a false equivalence.
Oh, is it? So you want to hold Republicans responsible for Ingrassia, but not for Mamdani?
Quote unquote, I was on a Nazi streak.
Globalize the Intifada. We just saw in Australia, brother. If you can't condemn it today, and if you can't get moral clarity on globalizing the Intifada today, you got a problem.
Let me just hit pause.
Hit pause is not going to answer it. It's not going to deal with the problem. It's disgusting. Utterly disgusting. Line 3, Gracie in Rockland County, New York. Gracie, what's on your mind?
What's on my mind is you're right. I don't know when you left this morning, but it kept snowing till about 1, and we got about 3 inches. And it's cleaned up now. You know, Clarkstown cleans up. I don't know how well Ramapo does, but Clarkstown, we're clean now. Okay. Are you going to be on tonight at midnight?
I will be on for the rest of the week live at 3 p.m. and back at midnight each night.
Good. Okay. Very good. Good to know. What I wanted to say is I am so tired of all these people on the rehabilitation tour. What? Hunter thinks rehabilitation, Mayor Adams rehabilitation, Cuomo rehabilitation. They really think, of course they think we're stupid because the people who voted for them are stupid. And all I have to say is the Republicans better get their act together because especially the country club Republicans, all right? And realize that if they don't back Trump to the hilt and follow his lead, we are going to lose the House, and then we'll have impeachment. They really have to get their acts together.
You are correct.
And that's my politics, and I want to wish you a very blessed Christmas. So are the kids coming down from, Rhode Island?
Yes, the kids are coming down. The grandkids are coming down from Rhode Island. We're looking forward to that. Christmas was very expensive this year. I've started a tradition, Gracie, with my grandson because I'm planting seeds of the excellence that I expect from him, his Ivy League education. And so he's going to be 12 in March. And so we started this last year, and it's very expensive. On Christmas Day, I send him, his mom, and my son, and they go see the New York Knicks. And I gotta be honest with you, Gracie. If I gotta sit in the nosebleed section, I'm not interested in going. And so I'm not gonna be there because I've got to work. I'll be here. They'll be at the game. But it's an annual tradition that I'm actually working through where I'm trying to send him every year. And so I also, one of the things that's on my bucket list, if you will, I've never been to, I forgot what the name of it is, but where the Boston Celtics play. Elias, what's the name of where the Celtics
TD Garden.
Oh, but wait, what was the old name of it? Now that's the new name. It's just like Gracie. I remember being out at the DNC years ago at their convention. And it was, I forgot the name of the stadium at that time, but now that stadium is torn down and it's a new stadium. But hey, Gracie, help me out with this.
What?
Why couldn't I be an NBA basketball player or NFL football player?
Maybe you're too short. I don't know, but you're doing well. God bless. We have to thank God for what we have. But I got to tell you something. What I told my son and what I told my grandchildren, they're old now, and they to those much is given,
much is required.
Is expected.
Yes, and that's the next lesson. That's the next lesson for my grandson as well as my granddaughter, because I'm all about planting seeds. I'm all about generational wealth, and I'm trying to get there for them, but they have to take the baton and go much farther than their grandfather ever did. Gracie, before I let you go, what are you cooking in 48 hours?
Now, I'm cooking, but I think I think the lady in Staten Island, you see, I'm getting old. I forgot her name.
Debbie?
Debbie Lobato. I got that. I used to do that years ago, but I'm 78 now, so I'm not doing the fish because I'm not having Italian people. But I am cooking a nice dinner tomorrow night.
So what are you cooking? What are you cooking?
Okay, meatballs and sausage, macaroni, my eggplant parmesan, and some chicken. I make a special chicken.
What makes the chicken special?
Okay, well, I cut plum tomatoes. Well, I bread it. I cut plum tomatoes and a stuffed mushroom. You put like breadcrumbs and mushrooms. Well, I put it over in the tomato on top of the chicken, so it's pretty good. But I remember doing what Debbie did 20 years ago. Believe me, I did all. We Italian women, we cook.
She cooks. And I recommend to everybody, you've got to go to Debbie Lopato's house and have her cook for you. She can grease whatever term you want to use. She can do it. She
was taught by her mother like I was taught by mine. You know what I mean? And it's wonderful. It's a different thing. But, Dominic, you did terrifically, and you're a good example to your children. And I'm going to brag. You know, my father was an immigrant. You know, my son Christopher went to Harvard and Harvard Law School.
Fantastic.
And the one daughter graduated from Harvard, and the second one is second year. So if you keep telling them if you're given a lot, you're expected to accomplish it.
Hey, Gracie, somebody's got some money somewhere. You got all those kids to go through Harvard. Harvard is $100,000 plus a year.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to be like the Jews. Poo-poo, Italian, the bad eye. My son, as I said, Christopher, you were the best investment I ever made.
Oh, isn't that nice, Gracie? Merry Christmas to you, your husband, your family, and you just keep being you. Thank you so much for your wonderful telephone call, Gracie. Gracie in Rockland County, New York. Let's go to Robert, line 4 in Brooklyn. What's on your mind, Robert?
Hi, and have a wonderful holiday and a happy new year.
Same to you.
And now, yeah, Gracie points out, one of the things she points out when I was listening is that Republicans have to get their act together. And, recently the defense authorization, they codified 12 executive orders. But last I checked, President Trump has issued 221 executive orders. And they got to get it codified. They got to get to business, these Republicans. Now, in terms of the horrific atrocity that took place in Brown University, where Ella Cook and Mohammed Aziz and Murzakoff, they were assassinated. 9 other students were injured. And then the MIT professor, Lorero, he was assassinated. The questions, it's hard to understand the alleged, so-called alleged killer, Valente, what was his motivation? It's, and also the question was, did he shout anything? They're saying either he said nothing or he barked. A barking sound might be something like, a la or something. It's hard to say, but it's hard. This has to be investigated. Of course, the alleged murderer is dead, so they can't ask him any questions. And, the head of security, 100% right. It's not enough to just, give some sort of a token. This has to be thoroughly investigated, Brown.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I got to take a break, Robert. Thank you. I got the point. I apologize, but I'm a minute late for a break because I wanted to give you your time to have your say. We are coming right back.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our U.S.-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
The Dominic Carter Show. Entertaining and informative. On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And the final thoughts of the day. I'm still Trump 1,000%. I think he's doing an outstanding job. Don't listen to the critics. Don't buy into the nonsense of the Epstein report and Epstein files and this and that and this and that. The man is turning around America. Biden's own son is criticizing him on immigration and Afghanistan. So that should tell you all that you need to know. Let's go back to your telephone calls. Let's go to Sandra, New Jersey. What's on your mind, Sandra?
Well, first I want to say Debbie LeBeda, wow, what a cook. I wish I could cook like her. And also all the things she says on X, on your website, she's amazing. But I wanted to say, Dominic, for Christmas, I only want you to filter in all the beautiful thoughts that are thrown your way every single day. Anything that's not positive, out it goes. Only the good stuff I want infiltrated into your beautiful mind. You promise?
I promise. I learned that lesson in the last 12 hours. I mean, I've always known that lesson, but I'm not wasting my time discussing anything destructive or lies that are out there anymore. Go ahead, Sandra.
There you go. So I just wanted to say, we need to give Donald Trump a little slack on that thing that he wrote about Reiner. First of all, other presidents like Lincoln, Washington, Eisenhower, they didn't have the luxury of the stupid iPhone that we love, but it also gets us into a lot of trouble. You know, that send button, you even said with Marilyn, she'll stop you sometimes from pressing that send
absolutely.
button.
Absolutely.
Right?
Sandra. So, wait, Sandra, let me just tell you this. So, I don't know if you caught the show yesterday, but I can be on fire sometimes. So when I want to respond to some of these knuckleheads, again, 99.99% of the comments are positive. But when I want to respond, and she's right, and everybody's right, and others have told me it doesn't matter what they write. The only thing the newspaper is going to care about is what you write. And so she's literally snatched the phone out of my hands because I've sent some I was about to send some messages that literally could get me fired. But go ahead, Sandra.
Well, Marilyn loves you, and you're lucky. I have my sister. Sometimes I get a little heated up, too, like you, Dominic. Look, you're from the Bronx, I'm from Brooklyn, and Donald Trump is from Queens, okay? We can't take that out of us, okay? So sometimes we need someone to kind of calm us down a little bit. It's your wife. It's my sister. I don't know Donald Trump, who he picks. I heard he doesn't want anybody to stop him from doing anything. But what he said was nothing compared to what Reiner wrote about him. Basically saying he's done treason. That's like wishing him the death penalty. That's the worst thing anyone could ever say. But the point I'm making is other presidents, Lincoln would have said so many things during that Civil War, given that phone, and it wouldn't have been tidy stuff. But they got away with it because they didn't have this phone to expose all their thoughts like they must have had, like we have now. That's all I'm trying to say. So let's give Donald Trump slack. That's all. You know what I'm saying, Dominic? I
hear you. So not this morning. I'm trying to figure out my little fib here. Yesterday, I did 125 laps. When's the last time you've been swimming?
Wow, I swam on. Let me think. Friday, I went swimming. Friday.
And is the pool heated? Is it heated?
Oh yeah, it's heated. It's Olympic size. I think I sent you a picture. It's a beautiful pool. You go into that pool and it's warm inside and the water is warm, so there's no excuse not to want to go in. You know, sometimes they make the water a little cold and you put your little toe in and you don't want to go in. Not the case with this pool. So that's kind of nice. Yeah.
Well, Sandra, happy holidays to you and your husband and your family and your daughter, and thank you for the great call.
Thank you.
And yes, I've been talking about food. I'm going to continue to talk about it next hour, so you know where my priorities lie as we are heading into Christmas. Again, I'm with you for the next hour. Support America's military and first responder heroes. Donate $11 a month. Amplify your impact at T2T.org.
Thanks for listening to The Dominic Carter Show. You can hear The Dominic Carter Show weekdays at 3 p.m. and Monday through Thursday at midnight and Sunday starting at 11 p.m. on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode, so you never have to wonder,
what the heck is going on here?
Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.